It's crunch time in the AFC Champions League. Match day 6 in Group C. And while Iran's Foolad Khouzestan are through to the last 16, whatever happens tonight, there is a degree of jeopardy for Emirati side Shabab Al Ahli. A win would see them win the group and qualify as of right. A draw would probably, but not certainly, be enough to see them make progress. But a defeat would put them in danger. As you can see, both teams are unbeaten, but they've gone about their business in very different ways. Foolad have conceded just 1 goal in 5 games, and that was a last-gasp equaliser against Shabab Al Ahli in the reverse fixture. But they've only scored 4 goals. As for Shabab Al Ahli, they've been less controlled, but perhaps more entertaining. They have rattled in 13 goals, including 8 in 1 game against Al Kharafa, but they have conceded 6, and they are yet to keep a clean sheet so far in the group stage. The way it works is that the 5 group winners in this section go through, along with the 3 best runners-up. Currently, Shabab Al Ahli are on 9 points, with Foolad on 11, so a victory would see Shabab Al Ahli leapfrog their opponents tonight. But if they were to fail to win, then they would be looking at other results elsewhere. 2 teams who have been impossible to beat so far. But there will be thrills and spills tonight in Jeddah. It's been a rapid-fire schedule, 6 games in quick succession, a test of mental and physical strength, a test of the 2 coaches as well. Foolad have earned themselves a bit of respite at the end of this group stage, but they have picked a strong team tonight. No sense of them taking their collective foot off the accelerator. There's a real pride about what Foolad Khouzestan have done so far, representing their country, Iran, with great quality and great dignity so far, and they want to keep that momentum going. For the neutral, plenty of excitement. Top spot in the group up for grabs, and one team not yet certain to be counted among the 16 best club sides in Asia. That's the prize on offer. It's a big achievement for Foolad, who went out in the group stage last season. They only won 1 of their 6 group stage matches. Hadn't previously reached the knockout phase since 2015. But they will contest the last 16. We don't yet know against who. But they know, come what may tonight, they have already booked their place. So all the pressure is on Shabab Al Ahli, despite their unbeaten record so far. A terrific looking playing surface, a wonderful stadium, and 2 fine teams set to go head-to-head on match day 6 of the AFC Champions League's group stage. There was drama when these 2 teams met earlier in the group stage. The late goal looked to have won it for Foolad, only for Shabab Al Ahli to snatch a late leveller, something they have been able to do several times already in the group stage. They're a team that never gives up, a team with great fighting spirit, and they will need that tonight. Plenty of quality on both teams. One team that has scored plenty of goals, one team that has only conceded once. It's a clash of styles, it's a clash of approaches in Jeddah tonight. Five games going on at the same time tonight. Stories to be written, twists and turns to be enjoyed or endured. Will it be one team going through from Group C, or will it be two? A mark of respect before we get underway. Foolad in the dark reds. Well, the Foolad boss, Javin Nekunam, insisted his team wouldn't relax despite already securing qualification, and his team selection reflects that. There are only two changes from the last game. Musa Koulibaly is replaced by Vahid in the defence, and in midfield, Hamid Bouhamdan comes in for Arish Rezavans. Brazilian Shimba is the club's record goal scorer. So just a couple of changes. That is the coach of Shabab Al Ahli, Mahdi Ali. Was the UAE's national team coach for 5 years, and he's picked a strong team too, as you would expect. Our referee this evening is from South Korea. He's Ko Hyun-jin. Two captains, Shimba, the Brazilian striker who has scored so many goals for Foolad down the years, and Majid Nazir, veteran goalkeeper for Shabab Al Ahli. Well, as for the Shabab Al Ahli team, it's just two changes from the win over Ahal. Mohamed Jabir makes way for Salmin Khamis in the back four, while Omar Abdul Rahman returns to the 11 in place of Yuri Cesar in midfield. Watch out for the right winger, the Argentinian Fede Catavia. He's been one of the stars of the tournament so far, with 5 goals already, including 2 late equalisers. Plenty of quality on both benches, including the La Liga veteran Ibai Gomez for Foolad. He's recently joined the club. On the Shabab Al Ahli side of things, Brazilian youngster Gustavo is one to watch. So here we go then. Match day 6, the final match day of Group C. And a battle between the top two in this section. Foolad in the dark reds, representing Iran, is Dubai's Shabab Al Ahli in the whites. Foolad Khouzestan have already qualified for the last 16, but they have not yet won the group. They have to avoid defeats to make sure they do that. As for Shabab Al Ahli, only a win guarantees progress to the last 16. Anything less than that, and they will find themselves relying on other results. Early pressure applied. There is Shabab Nekunam, the coach of Foolad Khouzestan, just 41. Something of a living legend in Iranian football. Won 149 caps for the national team. Now making his name as a coach. And his team has made a good start here. Patosi with the corner, overhits. Space here for Mohamed Abshak. It was a decent ball in, fisted away by Nazir, not very far. This is a really good start. Shiri finding Patosi. And this time it's a bit more comfortable for Majid Nazir. 38 years old now, the captain and goalkeeper of Shabab Al Ahli. 72 caps for his country. Both of these teams unbeaten in the group stage. Shabab Al Ahli have started with 3 draws, including the 1-1 draw with Foolad earlier in the group stage, but they've won the last 2 games, 8-2 against Al Kharafa and 2-1 against Ahal. As for Foolad, they started the group stage slowly too, a couple of draws, but they've picked up momentum with 3 straight 1-0 victories. Their opponents, strangely enough, have had at least 1 player sent off in all 3 of those wins. That is the coach Mahdi Ali, coach of Shabab Al Ahli. He was the national team coach for the UAE for 5 years, and this is his 2nd spell in charge of Shabab Al Ahli. Free kick goes Foulad's way. It's Shimba, the Brazilian captain, winning it. 38 years young now, Shimba. What a player he still is. He was the top scorer in the Persian Pro League just 3 years ago with 16 goals. He is the club's record goal scorer. Foolad have only conceded 1 goal, and that was scored by Shabab Al Ahli in the 90th minute of that 1-1 draw. Here's Patosi. Space here for Mehdi Shiri. Shiri continuing that run. It's been a really good start, this by Foolad on the front foot. Shabab Nekunam did say that his team would take this seriously and represent Iran in the best possible way. But he wasn't joking about that. Just 2 changes for both teams. Shahab Gordon, 2 veterans in goal tonight, 37. Shahab Gordon. Space opening up here for Abbasi. Who is Mohamed Reza Abbasi. And the group leaders making a really strong start here. Shabab Al Ahli have barely touched the ball so far, and they were looking for Shimba there. Nice idea from Hamid Bouhamdan. Plenty of experience in both teams. Hamid Bouhamdan, who just played that ball, 33. His central midfield partner, Mohamed Abshak, is 35. Shabab Al Ahli have scored in all 5 of their group stage games, but they're yet to keep a clean sheet. They've only actually managed to shut out in one of their last 14 competitive appearances, which doesn't bode well ahead of what is such a big game for the club. There's Majid Hassan, seeing plenty of the ball early on, the number 88 for Shabab Al Ahli. Well won by Sassan Ansari, tracking back there, and he's continued to run the number 3. Just look at him down the right-hand side, and space is opening up here for Foolad. Fahid's cross, oh, and given away really cheaply, and it's wide of the target from Shimba. And that's a big early chance for the captain, and he knows it. It all starts with the run from Fahid Heidaria up from left back. The mistake was from Salmin Khamis. What a chance that was. Certainly early nerves here from Shabab Al Ahli. Really neat and tidy from Foolad Khouzestan. But no goal to show for it yet. There's Walid Abbas and Hassan. Shabab Al Ahli, after a rather shaky start, just trying to play their way into this, and you can understand that. A draw might be enough for them. 10 points may well see them through as one of the 3 best runners-up, but it won't get them top spot. They need to win to get that, and if they were to lose this game, then suddenly their continued participation in the AFC Champions League is in jeopardy. Waiting for the overlap that never came there was Mohamed Reza Abbasi. I think he thought Fahid had made another run on that outside, and that's exactly what he's saying. Foolad are currently 4th in the Persian Gulf Pro League. Their build up to this group stage saw them hit a purple patch with 3 straight wins, and in the league they've only lost 2 of the last 10. So they came into this quick-fire AFC Champions League group stage in good form. Well, that was certainly not true of Shabab Al Ahli. They're 5th in their league, and they went into the group stage on the back of 4 straight league defeats in the UAE Pro League. They've only won 8 of their 20 league matches this season. So there's no doubt that Foolad are in better shape overall. As we see here, the Norwegian Thomas Olsen beyond the last man, offside. Forward by Patosi. It's good cover by Abbas, another vastly experienced player, 36 now. Walid Abbas. Little clash off the ball there between Harib Abdallah Suhail and Sinat Shahabasi. Is Abdul Rahman, the number 10 for Shabab Al Ahli, the kind of player that can make things happen. Exciting player, 74 caps for the UAE. It's been played at a gentle pace by Shabab Al Ahli. They won't be able to play it like that all the way through if they want to chase this win to make absolutely sure of qualification. I'm sure they will be getting information from elsewhere. Here's Olsen waiting for support to arrive, and it's good cover in the end by Arif Agassi. It's going to be a corner for Shabab Al Ahli. He's got a couple of goals. Thomas Olsen scored both of those in the 8-2 win over Al Kharafa. He had 3 years at Lillestrøm before making the move to Shabab Al Ahli, and he averaged a goal every 2 games with that club in Norway. He did make his debut in a very important game for Norway, a World Cup qualifier against the Netherlands, which they ended up losing. It'll be Aziz John Ganyev to take it. Played by Vahid. Now better space opening up for the very lively Abbasi. He's been one of the more forward-thinking players so far for Foolad. Chavan Mekunam made it quite clear that he was going to take this game seriously, and it's exactly what he's done with his team selection. Just 2 changes from the previous game. And the big guns are playing, the likes of Shimba and Ayanda Patosi. It's a proper team that Mahdi Ali's team is going to have to try and beat. Goal scoring has generally been a problem for Foolad, and that's true of their league campaign. They've only scored 22 goals in 24 league games at home, but they've only conceded 18. They've kept clean sheets in half of those 24 league matches. Only conceded 1 in 5 here in the AFC Champions League group stage. You can get away with not scoring many goals if you don't concede many. I'm a little surprised that Shabab Al Ahli have tipped the scales a bit there with possession early on, given the start that Foolad made. There is Walid Abbas, 101 caps for United Arab Emirates, 36 now. Some really experienced, quality players on this pitch this evening. Happy to have a lot of possession in their own half, Shabab Al Ahli, but what they haven't really been able to do so far is progress the ball. Not really stretching this Foolad team. Forward by Abdul Rahman. Look how deep Olsen's having to come just to get involved. That's better. Here's Katabia, who's been their best player so far. Olsen on the move, goalkeeper got a touch, and that was enough to send the ball wide. First save that Shahab Gordon has had to make, and the first opportunity for Thomas Olsen. And he was set up beautifully here by Fede Katabia. That's a good stop by a man who's only conceded 1 goal and has racked up 4 clean sheets. First big chance for Shabab Al Ahli. And a concern here. It is Katabia who's down, and there's a player they can ill afford to lose. A player who scored 5 goals already in the group stage. 2 90th minute levellers, a brace against Ahal. Didn't score in the first game, but he scored in the last 4. And this is a real concern for Mahdi Ali. It's his second spell in charge of Shabab Al Ahli. Mahdi Ali, he played for Al Ahli for 15 years, from 1983 to 1998, and he coached the club under its old guys in the 2009-2010 season. It's worth bearing in mind as Fede Katabia goes off and is going to have to be replaced. That's a massive blow. He has been arguably their best player, and he's going to have to go off barely quarter of an hour into the contest. Not only an excellent goal scorer, but a creator as well, Katabia. A player that was linked with Tottenham just 2 years ago. But his involvement looks set to be curtailed. Abdul Rahman to take the corner. Goalkeeper unconcerned. Not his usual quality. See there the substitution being prepared with Fede Katabia no longer able to influence matters, and it is such an important game for Shabab Al Ahli. You can see how upset Katabia looked. This boost for Foolad, not one they'd want. They'd of course want to take on the best Shabab Al Ahli team, but it certainly does them no harm. See one of the opposition players of great quality leave the pitch early. Zamshak to Mehdi Shiri. He was only signed in February, Shiri, from Persepolis, the Iranian Giants. He was a regular in the league. He's won that well. And here he is again, Shiri, trying to combine with Ansari. Olsen with strength, but crowded out. Shimba winning it. It was a bit loose from Sasan Ansari. Jabir. Bit of space here. Is there a player to cross it to? Well, there wasn't really. Harib Abdallah Suhail finding space, the 19-year-old, but had nobody to aim for. But a promising break nevertheless. Jabir, 37, another of the very experienced players in this Shabab Al Ahli team. Pretty versatile as well, somebody who can play midfield or left back as he's playing tonight. It was not in the plan, I don't think, from Khamis, and you can see there Katabia wincing with the pain, icing that, and here is the change. Took a while, actually. Yahya Al-Ghassani is a UAE international. 24-year-old, he comes on for Qatabia, so that's an early blow for Shabab Al Ahli, their 5-goal top scorer in the AFC Champions League, having to make way in the first quarter of the match. Foolad made a very lively start, throwing men forward. They've become a little more circumspect since then, and that's rather cheap giveaway by Agassi, and suddenly they've got men forwards here, and that's swept away by Shahabasi. A little warning there for Foolad not to get too comfortable. Here's Shimba to Shiri. Now Abu Hamdan. His shot led to an own goal, which put Foolad in front in the reverse fixture for late equaliser from Qatabia. Of course, this competition has been in various guises down the years, but Iranian clubs have won it on 3 occasions. Estelal won it in 1970, 1991. Pas Tehran were champions in 1993. And Iranian sides have been beaten finalists 6 times, including defeats for Persepolis in both 2018 and 2020. So there's a proud tradition of Iranian clubs in this continental tournament. Foolad will represent their country in the last 16, whatever happens tonight. Forward by Hussein Haikal. And he's again Abdelaziz Hussein Haikal. Haikal with the switch. Happy to drop Foolad and just dare Shabab Al Ahli to play through them. Here is Abdul Rahman. Space to cross. And Shimba looked as though he was taken out there, and the referee agrees. Good instinct from the veteran there to come back and win that ball. It was Majid Hassan with the foul. Nice to hear noise in the stadium. All part of the backdrop. This is a game that deserves a backdrop. The clash between the top 2 in Group C as the stage comes to its conclusion. Considering they qualified with a game to play, Foolad have picked a strong team and they're more than holding their own here. Did have that early chance with Shimba. And this man on the ball here, Shahab Gordon, Made a very important save to denials. Here is Agassi, Foolad youth product, one of many in the squad. She spent last season at Estelal, but returned to the club. Trying to get Ansari away. There's no flag, so Sassan Ansari able to race down that right-hand side, which he's been trying to do all half. Now there's a bit of room to manoeuvre for Al Ghassani. It was a really good run, but that's really good cover by Vahid. Abdulrahman goes for goal. He's capable from that kind of range. Omar Abdulrahman. It was the drive of the substitute Al Ghassani that opened that up. It's a problem here for Vahid Haydarieh. As he made that challenge to stop Al Ghassani, I suspect he's tweaked something. He was only brought back into the team for this game, having not been selected for the starting 11 for the previous one. That is Javad Nekunam, who played in 2 World Cups for Iran. Back in 2006 and 2014, he went on to be an assistant to Carlos Queiroz with the national team. He was described by Queiroz as the perfect captain for Iran. Vahid seems okay. Chances have been few and far between in this first half. All of the games in this particular group played in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. Each group has its own host city. Games have been played in quick succession. This group started on the 7th of April, just 19 days ago. So it has been a real test of strength and squad depth. Clash off the ball there. It was Abdulrahman going to grounds. Majid Hassan asking for a card. I'm not entirely sure that's necessary. The referee Ko Hyun-jin from South Korea, just making sure that nothing gets too out of hands. Sort of a bit silly, really. I don't think either player covered themselves in glory there. The referee's dealt with that very sensibly. Between Abshak and Abdulrahman. I think Abdulrahman wanted a free kick there, but he's not going to get one. Referee's going to restart us with a drop ball by the look of it. Half an hour gone then. And Shabab Al Ahli do not have the result they want at this stage. A point might be enough. In all honesty, there's a good chance that it will be enough for them to go through to the next phase with 10 points. But if they were to lose this game, they'd really be looking at the other groups and crossing their fingers. It's only by winning this game that they can guarantee they go through. Foolad are progressing whatever happens here. But they want to win the group. The only way they can do that is by avoiding defeat. Foolad beat Al Kharafa last time out. Javad Nekunam said he knew it was going to be a tough match. Came up against a team that concentrating fully, trying to stay in the AFC Champions League. Said that in the second half, Al Kharafa threw everything at his team. But it's another 1-0 win that they've managed to rack up. Nekunam says it is an honour to be among the 16 best teams in Asia. And that is confirmed. Again, Mohamed Abshak in the thick of the action. Referee having a word with Shimba, captain, presumably for something he said. Getting a little bit heated, this. The previous game was very tight between these two. Abshak there, catching his man, but then taking one in the face afterwards. It's lively. A lot for the referee to keep an eye on here. Reigning champions are from Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal, who beat South Korea's Pohang Steelers in the final last year. Free kick goes Foulad's way. Hamid Bouhamdan courts. Gagniev who caught him. And did apologise, to be fair. Vahid seems to be okay after that tweak earlier on. Seems to be moving fairly freely. Plenty of targets to aim for here, but will the delivery be good enough? Vahid's ball in, it was a decent ball in actually, but nobody coming in at the far post, and Shabab Al Ahli should be able to deal with the danger. And it's free kick, just caught him as he tried to race away. Mehdi Shiri caught there, it's good recovery pace actually. This is all a bit tetchy and all a bit tense. It's Harib Abdallah Suhail who was trying to break away. It's a good battle that between those two. They're both pretty quick. We're ticking towards the final 10 minutes of the first half, and chances really have been at a premium. Shimba had a decent opportunity for Foolad early on. At the other end, Thomas Olsen was denied by fine save from Shahab Gordon, but truth be told, they found it very difficult to break each other down. Will it be Vahid with the outswinger? Or will it be Ayanda Patosi, the South African, with the in-swinger? 10 minutes to go to half-time. Vahid's ball in, it's another good one there. wasn't really attacked, truth be told. Way by Al-Ghassani. Fahid sent in a couple of good deliveries from that left-hand side and hasn't quite been able to latch on to a teammate with them that keeps putting in balls like that. It's going to put Shabab Al Ahli under pressure. Abshak's kept that in. Asked the question. That might fall for Shimba. Ooh, that was a moment of panic there from Salmin Khamis. And between Khamis and Majid Nazir, they worked it out. Shimba sowing the seeds of panic there. And the goalkeeper had to react. That could have been a real moment of horror for Shabab Al Ahli. And it's going to be Patosi to deliver. Foolad having a good spell here. Fahid coming in at that far post. Abshak has hit that too far. Didn't make best use of that, Foolad. They had Fahid coming in at the far post. Won the prestigious AFC Cup last season, Foolad. It was their first success in the competition. They beat Estelal on penalties in the final, which takes some doing. They have twice won the Persian Gulf Pro League in 2005 and 2014, but they only finished 6th last season. It's a club that's proud to compete at this level. They want to be group winners. And they've been the better team so far, you'd have to say. Certainly the team that's threatened on a more consistent basis. Shabab Al Ahli do look at them most dangerous when they get that man on the ball, Abdul Rahman, especially with Katabia off the field with injury. Oh, that's a good run and a wild finish by Ganyev, who can hit them, strikes the ball beautifully. The Uzbekistan midfielder, and with 6 caps for his country, it's a really well-timed run. I think he'd be disappointed with this. I know the angle's against him, but he hit that really well. Got a couple of goals against Al Kharafa, both free kicks. Scored a penalty against Ahali as a dead ball specialist, as he's John Ganyev. Neither of the other 2 teams in this group can make an impression on things. Neither Ahal nor Al Kharafa still have a chance of making progress. They are playing each other at the moment, level at 1-1. But as I say, that will have no bearing on the top 2 places. Equation's pretty simple in that regard. If Shabab Al Ahli win, they win the group and go through. If they don't, they are somewhat reliant on results elsewhere in other groups. And a couple of the groups don't get resolved until tomorrow. So it could be a nervous wait Foolad have been quite happy to let Shabab Al Ahli have the ball in these areas. There is Hassan. Space here for Jabir. He's worked quite hard, the number 3. And Sari for Foolad. He is a goal scorer, really. But he's been happy to put in plenty of work to back up Shiri on that right-hand side. And here he goes. And he's offside, but he's looking for that run all the time. Sasan Ansari. He was a Foolad youth product who came back to the club in 2020. Only his captain Shimba has scored more goals for the club in their history. Do have their 2 top all-time scorers, Foolad, on the pitch together tonight. Rather wild from Al Ghassani, who's had some nice touches since coming on. Signed for the club last January. Penny for his thoughts. Fede Katabia, nothing he can do now to affect things. Must be so frustrating for him, having had such a good group stage. Here's Abdul Rahman. Closed down by Potosi pretty quickly. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Shabab Al Ahli have to up the tempo here. And the shot driven in, and that was pretty well taken on the bounce. It was Haikal with the effort. And Shahab Gordon got a good early view of that. Fourth goal attempt that Shabab Al Ahli have had so far. That is the one criticism of Foolad, that they haven't really created clear cut chances, in the one that fell to them they didn't take when Shimba hit that early shot wide. Problem here for Olsen. Had that one chance early on, Thomas Olsen, but he's been a rather isolated figure in attack so far. Javan Nekunam said he's really happy with the way the team's played so far, but he underlined the fact they wanted to finish as the top team in the group. Said because they're representing Iran, they have a responsibility to do well. Certainly picked a strong team. Be interesting to see if he makes changes in the second half, but there is a little gap before they return to domestic action, so there's no real need to rest players. Space here for Al Ghassani. Final minute of the first half. I have a little bit of stoppage time because of the injury to Katabia and a couple of others as well. Forward by Haikal, Gagnev. It was rather hit and hope from Abdulaziz Haikal. Here he is again. Abdul Rahman. Foolad have been so hard to play through in this group stage so far. They're so well organised. Have the fighting spirit of their coach. 2 minutes of added time. Can Shabab Al Ahli pick up a much-needed goal before the break? Away by Vahid. better from Shabab Al Ahli, and it's opened up here. It's a great run, couldn't find the finish. He had them on the run there. It's a really smart run by Abdallah Suhail. But just up the tempo here, found that little pocket of space between the lines. Drove at Abshak. Just ran out of room. It was good cover again by Ansari, coming back to help. You have to say Shabab Al Ahli have up the tempo, and they have tried to create opportunities. Certainly finished the half strongly. It's been a half where neither team has been dominant throughout. They've both had spells where they've looked strong. Neat and tidy from Potosi, who is an entertainer, Ayanda Potosi. "12 caps for his country, South Africa," Potosi. Started in terms of club football in Belgium with Lokeren. Maybe the last chance. Again, Abshak and Abdul Rahman coming together. It's been a battle between those two. Shabab Al Ahli aren't happy here. They feel that that should have been a free kick. But what it will be is a Foolad corner. And the header is flicked on and wide of the target by Agassi. And a chance right at the end of the half for Arif Agassi, but he couldn't take it. It's been tight and tense. Both teams have had opportunities, but neither have been able to take them so far. Shabab Al Ahli have had the clearest chance so far. Thomas Olsen denied by a fine save from Shahab Gordon. Shimba had a good chance as well for Foolad, but at half-time it's a blank score sheet. Foolad Khouzestan 0, Shabab Al Ahli 0. Welcome back to our coverage of this AFC Champions League matchday 6 match in Group C between Foolad Khouzestan and Shabab Al Ahli. As things stand, both of these teams will be parts of the last 16. Foolad as group winners and Shabab Al Ahli as the group runners-up. Remember, it's the 5 group winners plus the 3 best runners-up who go through from this section, the Western region. But to make sure, Shabab Al Ahli will want to win and win the group. Foolad are through whatever happens. But the way results are going elsewhere, it looks as though Shabab Al Ahli are going to be absolutely fine. Might even go through if they lose the game. But things can change quickly. Shabab Al Ahli in the white, Foolad in the dark red. So just 45 minutes left of the group stage for these two. No goals yet. Chances for both. At the moment, Foolad heading for yet another clean sheet. It would be 5 in 6 games in Group C. No changes at half-time. Wasn't enforced change for Shabab Al Ahli in the first half, as Fede Cartabia, their excellent Argentinian winger, was injured and replaced by Yaya Al-Ghassani. That's the only substitution we've had so far. Neatly done by Patosi, a player that Javad Nekunam, the coach, is very keen on. Says he's very technical and creative. Says when it came to the club he was somewhat overweight. We had to get that under control. He had injury problems too, which contributed to that lack of fitness. But Foulad's number 10, very much a player that Nekunam likes. Be interesting to see just how hard Shabab Al Ahli push here. They must be aware of what's going on elsewhere, but their coach Mahdi Ali did say, our goal is simple, we want to win. We don't want to have to wait for other results. Olsen's cross, dangerous cross! And what an opportunity for Al-Ghassani, the substitute. Olsen did brilliantly. And Foolad have been so strong defensively in this group stage. Rather fell apart there. Olsen too strong there for Agassi. And that was a chance. He was slightly behind the youngster, but I just wonder, given the space he had, whether he could have taken a touch. I mean, I say youngster, 24, young compared to me, but a lot of players are. Haikal, who did look to get forward quite a lot, the right back for Shabab Al Ahli in the first half. Shabab Al Ahli formed in its current guise in 2017 when Al Ahli merged with Dubai CSC and Al Shabab. Since then they've won the league in 2020, won the President's Cup in 2019 and 2021, and won the League Cup in 2019 and 2021. So this is a team of winners, and they will want to finish top of this group, regardless of whether it ensures qualification or not. They just want to make sure they're top for pride's sake, as much as anything. course, the most important thing is to go through, but they'd like to do that in style. At the moment, no sufficient challenges from elsewhere in the other groups. As things stand, Shabab Al Ahli would finish with 10 points, Foolad with 12, and that would see both go through. Space here for Abbasi, who started well and then faded a bit as the first half went on, but he's got space here for the shot. Took a little too long there, the window was open, and he waited until somebody slammed it shut. And he knows it. It's a good long run. Problem here for the veteran Walid Abbas. Not the most graceful way to get injured, truth be told. One hopes he's okay. Never expect your own teammate to take you out in that fashion. The same old struggles to create chances have been there again tonight for Foolad. That's just what Shimba and Patosi are trying to work out. They're two of the more dangerous attacking players, but they found it really hard to create clear-cut chances tonight. There's a lot riding on this for Shabab Al Ahli. They do not want to go out at this stage. Javan Nekunam described Shabab Al Ahli as a quality side with players that can change games in an instant. A lot of respect for tonight's opponents. And it has been tight. Over the course of the first half, Shabab Al Ahli probably the more dangerous team, probably the more creative team. Followed by Abshak, who was in the heat of the battle for much of that first half. Patosi, Abshak again. Trying to tiptoe their way through here. They were looking for Vahid, who's a good outlet on that left-hand side. Vahid Haydaria. Got a good left foot. Abbasi. Patosi. Oh, nice idea. Just trying to tickle that through. Wondered if it had opened up for the shot. They're so quickly in their shape, Foolad. They really are a strong defensive unit. I know the results underline that, but you can see it just from the way that they play. They snap back into shape really quickly. A lot of work goes into it. Given the fact they've already qualified, it's been quite an impressive work rate. As things stand, this is enough for Shabab Al Ahli. Of course, there are a couple of groups to be resolved tomorrow as well. Wasn't the best of clearances from Majid Nazir. It hasn't had a huge amount to do, the Shabab Al Ahli goalkeeper. Our referee and the two assistants are from South Korea tonight. Shimba. Got plenty forward here, Foolad. Flag is up. It's a rare occasion where they had runners in the box there, the Iranian team. You can see there, as soon as that ball bounces for Ansari, he's flagged offside. Hasn't scored this season, Sasan Ansari, which is unusual for him. Include their previous incarnation as Al Ahli. The team finished as runners-up in the competition in 2015, lost to Guangzhou Evergrande in the final. Well, this has opened up, maybe the chance to get the shot away, and it was a good challenge in the end. Abdallah Suhail finding the space. He's looked lively tonight, the teenager. There's nothing Shimba can do with that. Here he is again, Harib Abdallah Suhail. Quality of crossing into the penalty area has not been good enough for Shabab Al Ahli tonight. Yusuf Jabir, the latest defender. Experienced player, 37, 42 caps for UAE. He's better than that. What also helps Shabab Al Ahli is the fact that they've scored a lot of goals and have a good goal difference, +7. This would take them on to 10 points. The way things are going, that's enough. This is a strong run by Abbasi, and a chance here for Shimba. And he got it all wrong, dragged it. That's a scare for Shabab Al Ahli. Shimba will know he should have done better. Abbasi again, the architects. Didn't begin to catch hold of that, Shimba. How they would love to win the group unbeaten, Foolad. Be a huge boost to their confidence going forward, having really excelled at this level against some good sides. These two have been far and away the strongest if you look at the results. They've had to really work for some of the results though. 3 1-0 wins, a couple of really tight draws as well. Abshak's cross, did that take a deflection? I think it did. Still, we have the soundtrack. Do we have some game changers for later in the piece? Majid Nazir wanted a goal kick. He's not going to get one. It will be a corner kick and an opportunity. It's a really good delivery. Goalkeeper came and got nowhere near it. Abshak. Oh, and the flick from Vahid. I think he had more time and space than he realised then, the left back. There was nobody really ready to take that flick. Here's Abshak again. He's done a solid job at the heart of that midfield. Mohamed Abshak, he's not a goal scorer. He's very much a guy to glue that midfield together. It'll be interesting to see if it becomes clear that this result takes both through. Just how much risk we'll see, whether we'll see a bit of a free-for-all towards the end or whether things will rather slow down. Foolad Khouzestan are nicknamed the Men of Steel. They've played like that in this group stage. They were formed in 1971. That's one for Ansari to chase. Ticking towards the hour mark in Jeddah. And no goals yet. There's going to be a substitution here. And Abdul Rahman looks surprised. I have to say, I'm a little surprised at that too. Mohamed Juma is going to be the one to replace him. Abdul Rahman has looked as likely as anyone in that Shabab Al Ahli team to make something happen. But he has had a quiet start to the second half, and Mohamed Juma, who scored against Al Kharafa, comes on. You never want a player to be happy to come off, so it's probably an encouraging sign that he did look a little disgruntled. And Mohamed Juma has half an hour to change it. And that's a concern. Just after making the change, Majid Hassan has gone down and made the symbol that he needs to be replaced. So that's a blow. I mean, literally just made a substitution. Not happy at all, Omar Abdul Rahman. He's only been at the club a year. He signed from Al Jazeera last year. Al Jazeera, the reigning champions of the UAE Pro League. Shabab Al Ahli finished third behind them, 7 points adrift. Here comes the change. I'm not quite sure what the argument is here. It's clear that he's injured. They aren't going to make the change. But it is taking a while. I think Foolad want to get on with the game. The referee's indicating that stretchers required. And we're going to see Ansari replaced here by Mojtaba Najarian, who is another Foolad youth product, former Iran youth international. Confirmation of that change. And said stretcher, of course, it's a rather more high-tech version of that. And Patosi's coming off as well, so we're going to have a few changes here. And the veteran Mohamed Reza is coming on for him. Here's that change. 38 years young, Mohamed Reza Khalatpari, known just as Mohamed Reza. 60 caps for Iran. 5 goals at international level. Foolad, his 14th club of a varied, nomadic career. So a couple of changes there. Mohamed Reza and Mojtaba Najarian on. Mohamed Juma on for Abdul Rahman. Haven't yet replaced Majid Hassan. Finally, the change. As Majid Hassan is replaced. And Eid Khamis comes on, so there are 2 players called Khamis in the Shabab Al Ahli team. Been forced into 2 changes already today. Katabia went off in the first half and had to be replaced by Al Ghassani. It's a rather acrobatic clearance from Salmin Khamis. 25 minutes to go. Who will win Group C? We still don't know. This little link up between Juma and Jabir originally, but given away. Najarian has just slotted in on that right-hand side where Ansari was. As things stand, both of these teams are going through. Here's Reza looking for Vahid. Good tracking back from Harib Abdallah Suhail, but at the cost of a corner, which 38-year-old Mohamed Reza will take. Good quality ball in, and the header back across goal. And they're asking at very least for a corner. Shimba coming in. The question is, what did the header hit? Well, it does hit the arm, but he's not even looking, Walid Abbas, and the arm's pretty close to his body there. It'd have been a very harsh decision, I think, to have given handball for that. Yes, it hits the arm, but look where the arm is and look where he is. It's been really touchy, this tonight. It's understandable to some extent. There's a lot at stake, certainly for Shabab Al Ahli. That's going to be our first yellow card of tonight, shown to Abdelaziz Haikal. Claiming that he's got an elbow in the face there, but referee unmoved. And we're in the final quarter of the game. Free header here, only half cleared, and the referee points to the spot. That will be a penalty for Foolad. It was Hamid Bouhamdan who was caught. in the view of Ko Hyun-jin, our South Korean referee. Now then, this is interesting because it gives Foolad the chance to take the lead and take a big step towards nailing down top spot in Group C. And it might just put Shabab Al Ahli in a bit of trouble. Initial header was cleared, and the referee felt it was Eid Khamis's challenge that necessitated a spot kick. Let's have a look. Well, he kicks him in the chest. It's as simple as that. I don't know what he's trying to do. Presumably trying to hook the ball away, but all he ended up doing was kicking the opposition player. What a chance. 9 points. As things stand, would still be okay, but this is a worry for Mahdi Ali and his team, because Shimba, the captain, has the chance to put Foolad well on the way to winning Group C. Veteran against veteran, 38-year-olds against 38-year-olds. Shimba against Majid Nazir with 20 minutes to go. Could be a big goal in Group C. A nervous wait for Shimba. A big moment in the contest. Foolad do not give much away, so if they take the lead here, that might give Shabab Al Ahli a mountain to climb. He's had to wait a long, long time. It's the captain. It's Shimba, and he scores! And Foolad take a huge step towards taking top spot in Group C. They've qualified anyway, but they want to do it in style. And suddenly things have got a lot more nervy for Shabab Al Ahli. His second goal of the group stage. Their record scorer strikes again. And suddenly, Shabab Al Ahli are looking nervously over their shoulders. Buhamdan, the man brought down, and cool as you like, Shimba finds the bottom corner. Never in doubt. Goalkeeper gets strong. And suddenly, Shabab Al Ahli, having dropped down a couple of gears really in this second half, have got to press the accelerator. It's still enough. They'd be on 9 points. This would be their first defeat of the group stage, but as things stand at the moment, it'd still be okay. Either Al Rayyan or Al Hilal would have more points than them. There's a possibility that the runners-up in Group E would have at least the same points, as the yellow card is shown. It's not been his day since coming on. Giving away a penalty, now he's got a yellow card. He's only 22, Eid Khamis, Shabab Al Ahli youth products. The way things are shaping up, even if Shabab Al Ahli are beaten tonight, it's probably enough for them to go through. Second team in Group B has 7 points, the way things are shaping up. Second team in Group D has 8. It's not the way he wanted to go through, Mahdi Ali. Still time for Shabab Al Ahli to turn this one around, but they have had some chances tonight and haven't made best use of them. They've given away a clumsy penalty that might see them lose their first game of the group stage, or suffer their first defeat of the group stage, to be clearer. Here is Eid Khamis. This one's not over yet. Quarter of an hour to go. Juma. Ganiev trying to get things going. Picked up the pace a little bit. They've had to. But Foolad have only conceded 1 goal in the entire group stage. Neat and tidy from Abdallah Suhail. Here is Haikal. Foolad scoring from their only shot on target so far. Haikal. Teasing delivery, very well dealt with. They're a very hard team to break down. Olsen. He's been so isolated tonight. Thomas Olsen had that chance in the first half, but it's had very little to feed off since then. Well, he said his team would represent Iran with dignity tonight, and they've done exactly that. Could have easily taken their foot off the gas tonight, knowing they were already through. Whatever happens, I have to say they've played ever so solidly. Had a bit of luck at times, with a bit of poor finishing from Shabab Al Ahli, but they've played their part. It's not just about Foolad, it's about teams in other groups as well. Behind for the corner. Olsen making a nuisance of himself. Couple of changes here. We're going to see Ahmad Abdullahzadeh and Iba Gomez come on for Foolad, but we'll have this corner first. Punched away by the goalkeeper, driven back in by Ganiev. He didn't strike that too badly, actually. Goalkeeper comes and goalkeeper gets. Positive goalkeeping from Shahab Gordon, who hadn't looked too convincing in the previous occasion. Problem here for Abshak. And a couple of changes for Foolad. Big goal in Group D, by the way, because Al Tawan, who were in the mix for the runners-up spot in Group D, they've gone 4-3 down in their game, and that means they're going to be stuck on 7 points, and that's a boost for Shabab Al Ahli, as we see that shot from Ganiev charged out. Referee is saying to Abshak, if you want treatment, get off the field. Mahdi Ali's team is running out of time. If they're going to win this group, need to score twice, at least, to do that. Good night for Iran, the way it's going. It'll be Abbasi to be replaced by Ibai Gomez, who's very recently joined the club. Only last month he came in from Athletic Club in Bilbao. And we're going to see Ahmad Abdullahzadeh. So Abbasi makes way for Ibai Gomez, who is a wide player, so that makes sense. He's played pretty well tonight, Abbasi. Some nice runs, some nice surges from deep. Ibai Gomez says he's ready for the Asian Champions League, a new and surely great experience. Says he's trained on his own for months and he's delighted that the opportunity's come along. Said he needed a project to motivate him, and this is it. And as Abshak leaves us, it's Ahmad Abdullahzadeh who comes on, who's another Foolad youth product. A few caps for Iran. Confirmation of those two substitutions. Final 10 minutes of Group C. A group that's going to be topped by Foolad unless something happens, and this is a fabulous run. And the ball nearly played to Ibai Gomez straight away there. Played really solidly. They've had moments when they've been opened up. Goalkeepers had to make a couple of good saves, but they work really hard. They're incredibly well organised. Al Tawan have equalised in that game against Paktakor. 4-4 now. They would still need results elsewhere to go against them. So Shabab Al Ahli are going to be okay at the moment, even if they lose this. It looks as though they're going to. Unless they can come up with something in the closing stages. Oh, that's loose. Big chance here. And it is bounced in. It's a very messy goal. Scored by Yahya Al-Ghassani, but he won't care about the nature of it. He'll just care that he scored it. A rare lapse in concentration from Foolad. And Shabab Al Ahli are back in with the chance of winning the group. And it's another step closer to qualification for them. And it's the substitute, Yahya Al-Ghassani, who scores the goal. It's not the most glorious strike of his career, but it's a very important one. It's a horrible moment, really, for Agassi. Got that all wrong. I think he was caught in two minds, maybe, between trying to help it back to his goalkeeper and trying to clear it, and he did neither in the end. And he teed up Al-Ghassani. And to give him his credit, he hit the shot on target. That's all he had to do. Foolad is still going to win the group, but it just, you would think, make sure that Shabab Al Ahli make it through as one of the best runners up. It's only the second goal Foolad have conceded in this group stage, and both of those goals have been scored by Shabab Al Ahli. Have another change here. It's going to be the club captain Ayoub Vali. Come on. Played over 250 games for the club, Ayoub Vali. Well, there was late drama the last time these two teams met. That's been the case again. is there even more drama? Good strong challenge by Buhamdan. By Gomez, neat and tidy. It's a good move, this. Shimba not quite strong enough against Salmin Khamis. And we're down to the last 6 minutes. That really quite extraordinary game between Al Tawan and Paktakor, by the way. Paktakor are 5-4 up now. So I don't think Shabab Al Ahli are going to have to worry about Al Tawan anymore. But they know that if they get another goal, they'll go top of Group C. So could well have a late push for a winner from the side from Dubai. Haikal. There is Eid Khamis, who gave away the penalty. Haikal. It's got forward well, Abdelaziz Haikal. Abdallah Suhail, that's wide. It's been lively tonight, though, the 19-year-old. He's carried the fight to Foolad. Certainly not backed down at any stage. We're going to see Mehdi Shiri replaced by Ayoub Vali. Another veteran, 34, to come on for the last few minutes. So as things stand, Foolad will go through with 12 points. Shabab Al Ahli will go through with 10 points. Both teams will end the group stage unbeaten. It's Ahmad. Shimba worked hard in attack. He's had to play with his back to goal a fair bit. Well, this is a good surge. And again, a rather wayward finish from Al Ghassani. Well, it's an irony that they would have feared the worst when their top scorer, Fede Katabia, went off injured, but his replacement is the one who scored the goal. Took it really well. Dropping ball. Would have been surprised to receive that ball after the error from the defender, Arif Agazi. He made sure. The fact that he bounced it into the floor actually helped because it took the ball over the top of Shahab Gordon. Is there a twist in the tail? It'll be really interesting to see how these teams progress when they get to the last 16. Foolad so strong defensively, but need to create more chances, need to score more goals. Shabab Al Ahli have the other problem. They look a danger going forward, but they haven't kept a single clean sheet in the group stage. Got a while to work on those flaws. It's a few months until the knockout phase. As we tick towards the final 90 seconds. Referee had a long look at that and says there's no case to answer. It was Abdallah Suhail who wanted the free kick. Well, all of the pressure is coming from Shabab Al Ahli at the moment. They want to snatch Group C away from Foolad. Final minute of the 90. I imagine there'll be at least a couple of minutes of stoppage time. We had a couple of injuries. The cart was on to take a couple of players off. There's Mohamed Juma. Khamis. Moving towards stoppage time. Moving towards stoppage time. Plenty forward here. And that's going to be a corner. And Shabab Al Ahli are not backing down here. They want the winner. The way things are, it's only really pride that's at stake here. But they want to win the group. 5 minutes of added time. And it will be Mohamed Juma to take the corner. Goalkeeper struggling to get there, and it got put back across the face of goal. And Foolad dealing with the danger, but only just. That was really well hooked back across goal by Walid Abbas, and he was annoyed that nobody came in on that. Juma's delivery, again it's long, but this time Abbas coming in, can't get there. We're hoping that lightning would strike twice. I think it's fair to say Foolad will take their time over everything now. They want top spot. Just got too much on it, too much air. It's been tight, it's been tense, it's been feisty at times, it's been evenly contested. As things stand, Foolad will win the group with 3 wins and 3 draws. Shabab Al Ahli will have drawn 4 of their 6 games and won just 2, but both teams will end up unbeaten. What does Shabab Al Ahli have left? That was a bit loose from Mohamed Reza. Hasn't quite been able to make an impact so far, the veteran striker, the number 9. Hasn't really seen that much of the ball, truth be told. Final 2 minutes of stoppage time. Can the men of steel find a way to dig out the point that will keep them top? Maybe a chance here! What an opportunity to win it for Al Ghassani. Got the equaliser. couldn't get the winner. Lovely ball by Yusuf Jabir. First touch was glorious. Just cut across it. Well, that was top spot in Group C right there. I can tell you it is not going to matter in terms of qualification, because both of these teams are going to go through, because the runners-up in Groups B and D have ended up with 7 points, so that's going to be enough for Shabab Al Ahli. But Foolad will win the group. Could have had late drama again between these teams, just as we did when they drew 1-1 earlier in the group stage, and Shabab Al Ahli scored in stoppage time. Maybe one last attack, one last chance for Shabab Al Ahli to try and win the group. Certainly pushed for it in the last few minutes. It ends all square. Foolad Khouzestan win the group. Both teams remain unbeaten, and both teams will go through to the last 16. Shabab Al Ahli, with that point, will go through as one of the best 3 runners-up. Shimba with a penalty to put Foolad in front. The substitute Yahya Al-Ghassani got the equaliser after a defensive mistake from Arif Aghazi, and Yahya Al-Ghassani had the chance to win it late on, but he put his effort wide of the target. Good game, both of them through. Foolad Khouzestan 1, Shabab Al Ahli 1.